Alrighty guys, what is going on? Crazy Cam Driver here, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a dash cam in a 96 LS400. And this is usually the basic steps for every other car. Every car is slightly different, but this is the same. And the reason why I'm doing this is my old one, power supply, charging, whatever you want to call it, died, or I kept blowing fuses in my car, and when I opened up the checker to see if this fuse was bad, all these plastic pieces came out, and yeah, it was a mess. So it broke, so I got a new one. So I'm going to show you guys how to wire it. Up to the car, up here I have the camera, G1WH, and this is probably, I have been having some issues with this camera turning off for no reason, so hopefully this will fix it. I will be doing a review on this camera. It has been holding up good. I had to replace the battery in it once, but yeah, other than that it's been fine handling in the car. So I think this was the issue on why my camera kept turning off. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys the best place to wire, or how to wire, or how I wired mine in my car. So let's get right to it. Alrighty guys, so what you want to do is first mount your camera. I have mine already mounted because I've been using it, but what you want to do, I have mine mounted behind the mirror right here. I would probably want to try to keep clear of this sensor right here, because it's not a big deal, but it's just the dim sensor or whatever, so the mirror knows if it's dark out or not, so it would dim headlights. You could just push the button, but in case that bugs you, I want to go a little bit above it, something like what I did. But yeah, so first you want to plug it in, and you want to give the cable a bit of slack, and then you would want, let me go look at the camera, there we go. You want to kind of tuck this wire in here. It's hard to do with one hand, but if you get two hands, I'll show you. What I did was I stick my finger in there, gives a little bit of a gap, feed the wire in, and yeah. So what my plan is, this is what I had set up last time. I would run the cable up through this thing, this headliner up here, all the way down here, inside this thing, and then it's gonna run through these cracks right here, and then it's gonna follow that cable, as you can see. Right along here, it's gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna run it under this, or in this black thing. You can pull that out. I'll show you guys how to do it also. And then it's gonna run in here, in this thing. The camera can see. There we go. It's focusing. There we go. Like with this cable, you can see a little bit of that. I run in here, come up here, and in here it goes. So it looks pretty invisible. So I'm gonna feed this, so I'm gonna pause the video here and attempt to feed this through, so it'll be easier. I'll kind of do it with my hand. But yeah, I'm gonna pause it in there just so it's secure, because it would eventually fall out. So I'll catch you guys in a sec. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, I kind of gave the camera a little bit of slack right there. If I just tuck this in though, that extra cable, so just in case the camera for some odd reason falls. And yeah, there we go. Looks pretty clean. So next, you come to this side. Right there. So what you want to do is just kind of want to, as you can see, this part's a little bit loose on mine. I did open it up also recently. Take out the old cable, but yeah. So basically, what you want to do is tuck it in right in here as good as you can. You would want to kind of have a little bit of slack, because when you push it in and you pull it to make it look neat, it will all yank out on you. So it's basically just a matter of pushing it in and feeding it through. And let's see how much cable we got left here. We still got a lot of it. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Push it all the way through in there. Down we go. Sometimes it may stick out. Let's just push it back in. Down here is when it gets a bit tricky. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna finish feeding this in and pause the video right here and catch you guys once I hit down there. Alright guys, so this is a bit tricky. Not really, but so usually what I do, or what I did, was I got quite a bit of the cable. There we go. And I just kind of like aligned it with this thing, and I pushed it. As you can see, Don't know if the camera's looking. I'm looking not through the lens. Okay, there we go. I just kind of pushed it through here, which pushed it out here. And I just kind of tucked this all in there. Tuck this down. Oops. Kind of hard to do this looking through the phone. There we go. And then basically just kind of wiggle it way down. And push it down with two hands. And then you just gotta pull a little bit. And there we go. So now we got it under here. And then we just funnel it down the best we can. And mine, let me actually get down. Let's see, as back as it can go. Okay. So feed it along here, and then right here, mine has a little gap, and this is what I'm going to use to kind of hold it in. You just push it right in there, in between, and the cable should stick. Keep it nice and neat. So this is the interesting part. Let's see if I can. Can this go back anymore? Okay. So down here, it's pretty straightforward. What you just want to do is just pull downwards on this side, pull downwards on this side, and just pull downward on here. And you can see the three clips, my bad, 3 clips. You can see it has this cable right here. And then what I would do is funnel it up, or not funnel it, but push it through. So it's like, don't know how to explain it. It's like a part where it's like with the glove box gaps, or yeah, the glove box gaps. I don't know how to, but feed it through there, and I would put it behind this carpet right here. My carpet's a little bit open, so, and just feed it along, just lay it across. Like I did here, so it's like this. And yeah, I would actually at this point, untangle this. There we go. Not a professional video, but oh well. So I would untangle all this. I'll plug it in just so whatever slack cable you have left. I have this dual thing because my satellite radio. So plug it in, bam. And whatever slack you have left, you can just tuck in there so it looks nice. So I'll get back down here, and I already have some cables going through it. The satellite radio basically is what that is, in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, I've run the cables under here, and you can just see what I just did there. Just push it up, and just push it. There's quite a bit of space behind there. Just maybe you could throw some extra cable behind there also, just to keep it, in case it moves a little bit. Everything won't just come undone. You get pain. Now actually, yeah, okay. So you just funnel it all, push it all the way through here, and camera's not really showing it that well, but as you can see, if you can see, it's all the way back, coming out right under here. So it's coming out under this tray thing in there. And then all this cable, you can just, oops, all this cable that's just laying, just toss it up in here. And then what you want to do is close this. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Okay, that's good enough for me. Keep an eye out for this cable though. That powers the light. Okay, so then what you do is you just align. You guys can't see it. You see that hole? So you just want to align it with each clip to each hole, and then you just basically do the opposite. You push it back in. I'm gonna do 2 hands. You probably have to use 2 hands for this because I tried doing this one and it's not gonna work. So I'll catch you guys back in a second. Alrighty guys, so snap that thing back on. And if you be a passenger or whatever, sitting here, don't even see any cables. All hidden. Running up through here. No cables in sight. Pretty clean. And for those of you guys who have the G1WH or have been having issues with the dash cam turning off in the middle while driving, I would suggest trying this. I believe that's the cause of mine. Mine used to turn off, and I know a few weeks ago, and a few months ago, a fuse blew in my car. And I believe, I didn't know it was a dash cam, I just replaced it, and it happened like months later, so I'm assuming there was something failing in there. But yeah, so hopefully this fixes it. And yeah, so that's basically it. So let's go turn on the car and see what happens. Alrighty guys, now that we're in the car, put the key in. Red light on this one, I don't have a green light. And there we go, power on. Dash cam has power. And that is how I have that set up. And let me go show you guys how I have my rear camera set up. Alrighty guys, so if you're having a dual camera set up, one in the front, one in the back. One in the front, right behind the mirror, G1WH, and this is the back. Oh, let me show you the camera first. I have the Mobius in the back. And the cable, this one is nice because in the LS400, you get the charging ports, cigarette ports in the back. And yeah, so how I used to have this actually set up was, the cable used to just run it under this carpet, and run under the carpet, go up to the seat, and up it went. But people were tripping and stuff and kicking it out. So what I did was, if you, well, I'm not going to take this all apart, but basically you see this little weather stripping or whatever they call it. If you apply the, put the cable, lift this back a little bit, put the cable in here, then just do what you did and do what we did in front. Pry the cable back, and out it will come at the bottom here. This thing, you can just pull it up. I can't do it with one hand, and I'm not gonna do it again, but basically pull it up, you see a cable running through, make it follow that, and make it come out up here, and then it goes within the seat. You can see it in there, you can just push it in with your hands, push it all the way up it goes, and here it comes coming on and out, and same thing again as the other on the front, push it through, feed it through here. Actually right here, I think there might be some sort of peg or something, some snap, that's here, so because the cable doesn't want to go in at this specific area, but you put your finger in and just feed it through, and it comes on out and hangs out right here. And this one is on a suction cup. It has not fallen yet. The G1WH when it was on a suction cup fell quite a bit. This one probably falls maybe once every 3-4 months, so it's pretty nice. But yeah, that's the Mobius in the back. And as you guys can see, not the most discreet camera with my interior. And if you guys have a tan interior, black camera's probably not going to hide well with it unless they're small, but it works. No one really notices it outside. People, the only time I ever get questioned about it is when they either hear the chime when the car turns on, or they see it, the screen glow at night in the passenger seat. And in the back, same thing. Very visible. This one, I'd say it's more visible due to the suction cup, but I'm pretty sure if I somehow mounted it up in there, I could probably hide it pretty well. But yeah, that is my dash cam setup, and that is how to set up, or how to wire a dash cam in the 96 LS400. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know some people were questioning on the Lexus site, or asking how to wire a dash camera, and then on the Dashcam Talk site, people were wondering about the best place to wire it. So another thing to mention also is when you do start pushing the cable in here, or feeding it through here, if you have a newer car, most cars have airbags. Newer surround airbags system that they have up here. Mine doesn't have airbags on here, so you can just feed it right on in. But I forgot to mention, if you have airbags, I would recommend that you put it behind the airbag or somewhere where it's not going to affect the airbag. Because if you have a cable running straight through, if your airbags go off in a crash, the cable is going to be coming right at you, or the cable will hold it in. So just as a safety precaution, put the cable behind the airbag or somewhere where it won't interfere with the airbag on the way down. And if you're going to hardwire it, basically what I'll do is I'll start up here, go the opposite direction down here, and my fuse box is underneath. You guys know your fuse box, there it is. It's underneath, so wire it and you can hardwire it to your car. I don't due to my battery. I don't want my battery to die, and I don't really have a point to do it because these cameras do not have parking mode. And I will be doing a review on these cameras and my experience with them. So far just a G1WH, the only thing is a battery replacement. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this was helpful, and peace out. The reason